Some sprinters walk away from the track when nobody expects it, leaving fans stunned and wondering what could have been. From legends who retired at their peak, to rising stars cut short by injuries, these are 10 sprinters who shockingly retired too early. At number 10 we start with the pocket rocket herself. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has already announced she'll retire after Paris 2024. The humid air of Kingston's National Stadium clung to the evening of June 15, 2025, as the Jamaica National Championships unfolded under a fiery sunset. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the pocket rocket, stood at the starting line for the 100-meter final, her neon green and gold hair catching the floodlights. At 38, she was a living legend, 3 Olympic golds, 10 World Championship medals, and a personal best of 10.60 seconds, making her the 3rd fastest woman in history. Her journey from the gritty streets of Waterhouse to global icon status had defied every odd: poverty, motherhood, injuries, and the relentless skepticism about her age. She had planned for the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo to be her grand farewell, a final bow after a storied career. Even at 38, she's still running sub-11 seconds, proving she can hang with the best. Fans believe she could keep going, but she's choosing to leave the sport on her own terms, making her retirement feel way too soon. At number 9 is Donovan Bailey Foundation in 2002 to support amateur athletes, opened a sports injury clinic in Oakville, and became a CBC track commentator, his voice bringing the 2008 and 2016 Olympics to life. He returned to Edmonton's Commonwealth Stadium, site of his final race, to mentor young sprinters, his presence a reminder of his 9.84-second legacy. Standing on the track, his heel no longer aching, he watched a new generation sprint. Donovan Bailey, the Jamaican-Canadian sprint legend, announced his retirement in May 2001, earlier than many expected, at the age of 33. His decision came after a career marked by dazzling highs, Olympic and World Championship golds, a 100-meter world record, and significant setbacks, particularly a devastating Achilles tendon injury in 1998. At only 32 he retired from sprinting. Many believed he had more left in the tank, but injuries forced him out. At number 8, it's Christophe Lemaitre. Europe's golden boy became the first white sprinter to break 10 seconds. Christophe Lemaitre, the French sprinting icon, announced his retirement in June 2024 at the age of 34, earlier than anticipated, just before the Paris 2024 Olympics. His decision was driven by a recurring calf injury that dashed his hopes of competing on home soil, coupled with a reflective acknowledgement that his body could no longer sustain the demands of elite competition. His career soared with medals at the 2011 World Championships, bronze in 200-meter, silver in 4x100-meter, and the 2012 and 2016 Olympics, bronze in 4x100-meter and 200-meter respectively. His 19.80-second 200-meter in 2011, a French record, remains unbroken. Yet, injuries began to shadow his brilliance. A negative reaction to a COVID-19 vaccination sidelined him for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and post-2018, he hadn't competed at the international level. The French star looked destined for greatness, but his career faded fast due to injuries and inconsistency. Number 7 is Tyson Gay. With a personal best of 9.69, he was one of America's fastest men ever. But after doping controversies and constant injuries, his career ended quietly in 2017. In a quiet intensity, Tyson Gay, the American record holder in the 100 meters, stood at the starting blocks for what would be his final competitive race. At 39, he was a shadow of the sprinter who had once challenged Usain Bolt, clocking 9.69 seconds in 2009 to become the joint second fastest man in history. His journey from Lexington, Kentucky's tough streets to global stardom had been a testament to grit, marked by 3 gold medals at the 2007 Osaka World Championships and a relentless drive to defy doubters. But as he settled into the blocks, his body, scarred by years of injuries, and his heart, heavy with personal loss, signaled it was time to stop. His career ended quietly in 2017. For a sprinter who once rivaled Bolt, his exit was far too soon. At number 6 we have Kemar Bailey-Cole. Jamaica's rising star looked like the next big thing after winning gold in the 4x100-meter relay at the 2013 World Championships. But injuries and setbacks derailed his career, forcing him out before he could reach his full potential. A hamstring strain in 2016 limited his role at the Rio Olympics, where he ran only in the 4x100-meter relay heats, still earning gold. By 2019, recurring hamstring issues kept him from major international meets. "Every time I pushed, something pulled," he told TrackCalerts.com in 2022. The 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham were his last major outing, where he reached the 100-meter semifinals but clocked a modest 10.26 seconds. The mental toll was heavier. In June 20, 2023, he announced his retirement via a heartfelt Instagram post. "The track gave me everything: medals, memories, family. But it's time to run a new race. Thank you, Jamaica." Number 5 is Justin Gatlin. A controversial figure but one of the most consistent sprinters ever, Gatlin retired after Tokyo 2020. On February 10, 2022, his 40th birthday, Gatlin announced his retirement via Instagram post. "Dear track, I've loved you. The torch is passed, but the love never fades. On your mark, get set. Gone." The post, accompanied by a montage of his Olympic and World Championship victories, went viral. He chose a quiet exit, declining a final competitive season. At a Pensacola community event days later, hosted by the Florida Sports Hall of Fame, he spoke to young athletes. "I ran for you, for the kids who dream big. Keep going." Fans chanted "World's fastest" as he wiped away tears. The track world reacted with mixed emotions. According to his fans, his retirement came earlier than some expected given his competitive fire and ability to run sub-10 seconds 100 meters into his late 30s. His decision was shaped by a combination of persistent injuries, notably a hamstring issue that derailed his Tokyo 2020 Olympic hopes, and a desire to shift focus to new ventures, including mentoring and media projects. At number 4 we have Asafa Powell. Known as the sub-10 king, Powell ran under 10 seconds more than anyone else in history. But despite his blazing speed, he never won an Olympic gold. Was it too early? Absolutely, in the eyes of many, and Powell himself. Retiring at 40 after a 20-year career, he left the track with an estimated $6 million net worth from endorsements, Nike, Puma, Lucozade, and ventures like his YouTube vlog, The Powells. But at his peak, Powell was a threat to Bolt and Gay. Without injuries and those fateful choices, he might have claimed individual Olympic gold, silencing doubters. "I was dreading retirement," he confessed in 2025, "because it was the only thing I knew. Injuries cut short so many careers, but I was fortunate for almost 20 years." Today at 42, Powell mentors young sprinters, advocates for better athlete support in Jamaica, and reflects on a legacy of speed that inspired a generation. The sub-10 king didn't just run fast. He ran forever in the hearts of fans, a poignant reminder that even legends sometimes spike their shoes one race too soon. His retirement felt quiet and early for a man who defined an entire sprinting era. Number 3 is Yohan Blake, also known as the Beast. At just 21, he became the youngest 100-meter world champion in history. But a string of hamstring injuries cut his dominance short. On August 15, 2023, at age 33, Blake announced his retirement as reported by ABTC, citing injuries as the final straw. "I've achieved so much at a young age," he told Sim Soul Sessions in 2025, reflecting on his 2011 world title. Did he retire too early? Many believe so. Fans still feel robbed of what Blake could have achieved. At number 2, the fastest man alive, Usain Bolt. He shocked the world when he retired in 2017 at just 31. Did Bolt retire too early? Many argue yes. At 30, he was younger than peers like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, 38 at retirement, and still competitive. Without injuries, he might have chased a 4th Olympic triple or pushed his records further. In a 2025 Olympics.com interview, Bolt reflected, "If I'd stayed injury-free, maybe I could have run 9.5 again, but the pain wasn't worth it." He'd turned down lucrative offers to race abroad, staying loyal to Jamaica, a choice he never regretted despite financial struggles of peers. But fans lamented the races never run. Now 40, Bolt mentors young sprinters, produces music and eyes football coaching, his legacy as the fastest man alive unchallenged. Yet, the track world still wonders what the lightning bolt could have sparked with just one more storm. Still capable of competing at the highest level, Bolt walked away after London 2017, leaving fans begging for one more Olympics. And at number 1, it's Florence Griffith Joyner. After shattering records at Seoul 1988, including her still-standing 100-meter and 200-meter world records. FloJo retired just 1 year later at the age of 29. Her career was cut short by a sudden exit. In February 1989, at just 29, FloJo retired, citing a desire to start a family and pursue other ventures, like fashion design and acting. In a New York Times interview she said, "I've done what I came to do. I want to leave while I'm on top." But whispers of doping allegations, fueled by her dramatic 1988 improvement in muscular physique, cast a shadow, though it was never proven and she passed all necessary tests. In a 1995 Sports Illustrated piece, she dismissed the rumors, saying, "I trained harder, loved stronger, and believed deeper." Health concerns also loomed. Congenital heart issues, later linked to her 1998 death from an epileptic seizure, may have played a role. She hinted at a comeback for the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, but, pregnant with daughter Mary in 1990, shifted focus to family and business, including her nail care line and children's books. FloJo retired just 1 year later at the age of 29. Many believe she could have dominated for another decade, making her retirement one of the most shocking in track and field history. So there you have it, 10 sprinters who shocked the world by retiring too early. Whose retirement broke your heart the most? Was it Bolt, FloJo, or the pocket rocket herself, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more track and field stories. See you in the next video.